Okay, so this is part two. Had no idea I was going to go over 15 minutes. 15 minutes is, by the way, the cutoff for the free account, and I'm cheap, so I'm using the free account. Um, wow, I can't believe I talked that long. Anyway, so we left off at the syllabus, I think, which if you go to full syllabus, and there's a link for that, you have all of this good stuff, and I believe I was talking about probably, yeah, the choice reading or journals. Journals, okay. So everyone's going to do 2 journals a week, and I've planned it to where it's kind of like the starter activity on virtual days. And this might be a good time to say that for my all virtual kiddos, I think you ought to just consider yourself to be like the A-Day kids as well, because for the first week at least, there's going to be some repetition. And so you'll see that, you know, I've got, introduction to the course and syllabus and Canvas and all that listed as Monday and Tuesday, and obviously you only need to do that one of those 2 days. So if my all virtual kids can just kind of consider yourself to be A-Day kids, you'll still get the information and everything will should line up, and you should be fine. If things change, I will let you know. Okay, Socratic Seminar we talked about just a bit. Oh, dual enrollment. That's actually where we left off. Y'all need to sign up for the ACT as quickly as possible. And then at the end of this bad boy, I've got some tips about what the formatting and the style is supposed to look like in your essays. So just review that before you turn in your first essay for me, so that you don't have you're not penalized for like not having the proper heading and all that good stuff. Okay, I know that y'all were taught this last year, so it should be a review for you. Okay, all right, so we're going to go back to our Canvas. So quizzes, if you look over here, you've got a summer reading quiz that you're actually going to take either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on if you're an A-Day or B-Day student. You need to know that there are 12 open-ended questions, and some of the questions have like multiple responses involved, okay? So it's 45 points. You have 30 minutes to take it. The quizzes are going to be timed, and you can't toggle back and forth between like question 1 and 2. You have to answer them in order, and once you've submitted that answer, you have to move on. And so that's to, kind of hold your feet to the fire and keep you honest so that y'all are doing your own work and, just doing the best that you can without any of that testing, violation that some might be tempted to do. Don't do it. I always like to say that a few points on a quiz are not worth compromising your character as a human being. So don't cheat. That's going to be open for you Tuesday for A-Day kids, B-Day for Wednesday kids. Scratch that. Tuesday for A-Day kids, Wednesday for B-Day kids. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. So modules. Modules are kind of the same things that are under assignments right now. So that is essentially where from here on out I'm going to be putting the week. So under week 1, what to do this week, I have the week at a glance, everything that you're responsible for. Then me, I'm more of a list girl, an outline girl, even though I'm like really old. I call myself a girl. I'm not sure why. and it has everything written out for you. But I get that some of y'all are more visual, and so this is a Jana Panos trick. I borrowed this from Miss Panos. I have got a link to a calendar of this week, which essentially very quickly kind of tells you what is up for this week. Okay, so there are lots of links embedded here. I know y'all are used to those, so that's not going to be a big deal to you. Anyway, also, I've noticed that you've got a next button down here, and I'm not sure even how this happens because I didn't set it up this way. It must be something that's a Canvas deal that they do automatically, but it will take you into some of the things that are due for the week, and like this quiz can be found in under quizzes. It can be found under the home week 1. But you're only going to be able to take it once. So wherever you actually access it, you are, once you start it, you got to finish it. So don't, begin unless, it's your time to and you are ready. So my suggestion is before you end up taking that quiz, say for instance, if you're an A-Day kid, you will want to, on Monday, review for summer reading quiz that you're going to take on Tuesday. Like, be familiar with the main characters in Rocket Boys and, of course, all the characters in Class Menagerie because it's a play and there are only a few characters that are in that. Okay? All right, so you have links to Zoom. I don't have any Zoom meetings set up yet. You have links to your Google Drive. And let's see what else. Going back to the home page. Home page is, to me, the easiest way to kind of figure out the main things that you need to be, finding quickly. We'll talk more about these things later, but you've got an online writing lab that you can have access to. I'm going to have you actually play with that a little bit next week. ACT, link to the ACT, because if you have not taken it yet, you better get yourself signed up for that as soon as possible. Make sure that when you set up an account with ACT, you keep up with your password and all that good stuff so that you can get back into it, access scores, all that. Elements of Style is something that we'll play with a little bit next week. It's basically a publication on how to, write well. MLA citation help. When we get into research, you're going to be doing bibliographies and works cited and all that good stuff. And then, of course, for your formal essays, other than the memoir, you're going to be doing internal citations, and we'll talk about that when we get closer to that date as well. And then underneath all these little buttons, these links, I'm going to have the weekly links as well. To me, that's like the easiest way for you to find out what's going on any given week. If you'll notice, week 2, I got nothing loaded yet because, you're seeing some, well, let's see if anything's under there. It shouldn't be. Nope, that's from the week before. So week 2's not set up yet. It's in there. It's got a placeholder, but I'm going to have to go in and make some changes and have that ready for you. I'm learning this as you're learning it, and so if I can stay like a week ahead of you guys, I'm going to feel pretty good about myself. If you have any questions, again, here's my contact information. Um, I just want to tell y'all that, again, I'm really excited about this year. It's going to be different, obviously. I know the course content like the back of my hand. I mean, it is just ingrained in my memory and my mind. But getting you the course content is incredibly new to me. All the virtual and the hybrid learning, the Canvas platform. I mean, you need to know that we teachers, we're learning it as you're learning it. And so if you come up with an issue or a question, you need to ask me because I can so relate. I've had lots of issues and lots of questions this summer as I've been trying to learn it too. And so, you're not in this alone. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out together, and it's going to be okay. I mean, it's truly going to be okay. So, I'm going to bid you adieu, and that means goodbye. And wish you the very best start to the school year that we can have, masks and all. Okay? And I'll talk to you soon.